In this episode of the A-Z of Hutton Space, we focus on the trinary star system LP 532-81. It lies on the eastern edge of the Taurus constellation and is only 2 arcseconds within it. The LP in LP 532-81 refers to the Leuten-Palomar catalogue recorded by Willem Jacob Leuten, a Dutch-American astronomer in the 1960s and 1970s, using the 48-inch Schmidt camera at Palomar Observatory. Leuten recorded an astonishing 17,000 high proper motion, and therefore nearby, stars in his career. A trinary system containing a red and 2 brown dwarfs, it has the distinction of currently being the most distant Hutton system from Alpha Centauri, at 45 light-years, and lies over 42 light-years from Sol. Have you ever wondered why star systems have hard to say and even harder to remember labels? Why aren't they called easy to pronounce names like Jerry Jones, David Davis or Sally Smith? Might it be that either astronomers are rather unimaginative and a dry bunch, or perhaps it is that there are just so many stars that you need a system, a catalogue? Oddly, many nearby stars appear in several catalogues, so may have many names. LP 532-81 appears in no fewer than 16 catalogues and is also known as GJ3224, NLTT 10890 and WISE J032542.14 plus 055150.20, to name but a few. The Class M red and the Class L brown dwarfs of the primary pair are each orbited by 3 high metal content worlds, all but one of which are landable for the purposes of prospecting and larking about. No fewer than 5 gas giants orbit the binary pair, all but one of which has rings, and over 2/3 of the 22 satellites are landable bodies. The second brown dwarf lies just under 400,000 light seconds out, with 9 icy worlds and a solitary gas giant. The 2 outposts, Hebe City and Savitskaya Refinery, orbit the second and third planets of the red dwarf, the primary star. They each commemorate early spacewalking pioneers from way back in the 20th century. Richard Hebe, a 3-time astronaut, and the fearless test pilot Svetlana Savitskaya, who was the first woman to travel into space twice, the first woman to walk in space, well, float about a bit, space legs were useless even back then. She was utterly fearless and had completed 450 parachute jumps by her 17th birthday. Each of the stations and 3 of the surface installations are located close to the binary pair, with only Marquess Station situated by the distant third star. The economy of LP 532-81 centres on extraction and refining, and with many landable bodies and rings, it keeps the population of 250,000 people busy. Hutton moved in to LP 532-81 in March 3304, and the system custodian, Commander Defoe 316, had this to say about the system, particularly the remote goings-on, 400,000 light seconds out. Marquez Survey was once rumoured for its wild puppy parties that Alvin used to hold in his wilder days. Well, there you have it. LP 532-81 is unique in that it is the only system in Hutton Space where you can currently get the 200% exploration data bonus for Lee Yong-ri and his discount on ships. However, any data dump worthwhile of the protracted effort and risk of gaining rank 5 with LYR would send the influence through the roof for the foreseeable future, so tread carefully. One of the consequences of this system's sensitivity to influence is that Hutton tends to expand from here, most recently into Caddy, on a frequent basis.